Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedAlliance, and today I'm going to be taking my Dark Magician Girl deck profile. What a better way to kick off the new year than with this awesome girl. Now the really neat thing also is I have a friend who actually cosplays as Dark Magician Girl, and her cosplay page will be in the description below if you guys want to check it out. Her name is Katie. It's really neat cosplay page, and you guys should check it out. It's really neat. Quick shout out. The other thing that I want to do a quick announcement, guys, is this channel just got to 2,700 subscribers, which is awesome. Awesome. And I just started my own Patreon. So if you guys want to become patrons, the link is in the description below. Also with Katie's cosplay page if you guys want to check that out. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. So let's get straight on into this and see what I'm playing in my Dark Magician Girl deck. Now something neat, guys, I have been reading your comments and you guys have been saying that I should be doing some closer shots. So tell me how that looks. So first off, we're going to start off with 3 copies of Dark Magician Girl. Dark Magician Girl herself is a really good card. I think she really gets, like, from the original monsters like Blue Eyes, Red Eyes, and Dark Magician, she is one of the best because of her deck and her playstyle with this deck. So we play 3 copies of her. She's pretty much a vanilla like the other ones. Then we play my favorite of the Magician Girls, which that is 3 copies of Apprentice Illusion Magician. Her effect is kind of like Cyber Dragon in a way that she can special summon herself, but you can discard a card from your hand to special summon her, then she lets you search for a Dark Magician, and if a Dark Spellcaster type monster you control battles, you can discard her from your hand or send her from your field to the graveyard to increase its attack by 2,000, which is awesome. So you can make literally Dark Magician Girl go up to 4,000, or Dark Magician himself go up to 45, which is nuts. But something quick to note, guys. This is actually mana from the Millennium World when they went into the Millennium World, if you guys did not know that. Just kind of a cool little fun fact. Then speaking of Dark Magician, I play 3 copies of Dark Magician because it's not a Dark Magician Girl deck without 3 copies of Dark Magician. Because they kind of combo off one another very well, because there's a card in here later that I'll show you guys that can literally win you the duel if you get them both on the field, if it goes off. So then that's it for kind of the magician-ish plays. Then we go into kind of the movie pack Magician Girls, which that is 2 copies of Kiwi Magician Girl. The reason I'm only playing 2 copies of Kiwi instead of 3 is because we kind of have Apprentice Illusion Magician, so that's it's infinitely a better hand trap because it affects dark spellcasters, and usually these are the ones that are going to get hit by battle the majority of the time because they're going to be afraid to hit your other Magician Girls because they all have that redirecting thing going on for them. But her effect is that you can, during either player's turn, you can discard her. Then Magician Girl monsters you currently control gain 300 attack and defense for each other Magician Girl in the graveyard. Well, I think it includes her too. For, yeah, with different names in your graveyard. So if you have like 4, I think there's 6 total, they can go up to 1,800 increase if you have all 6 different names in the graveyard. If that's just if I'm correct. And Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight, I believe counts as a different one as well. So if we can get that 7th one in there too, they can go up pretty high. They can all go up by 21. Then, if she's on the field, spellcaster type monster you control cannot be destroyed by card effects, and your opponent cannot target them with card effects, which is really cool. Then we play 3 copies of Chocolate Magician Girl, which is by far the best normal summon in the entire deck besides Magician's Rod. The effect of Chocolate Magician Girl is that once per turn you can discard any spellcaster type monster, then you can draw a card. Because this was looking a little bricky up here, because we were getting 11 high level monsters. But with Chocolate Magician Girl, it really narrows it out, and it really helps out the deck quite a lot with that problem. And if she is targeted for an attack, you can target one spellcaster type monster in your graveyard and special summon it. Then change the attack target to that card, and if you do, the attacking monster loses half its attack. So you can special summon back, like on your turn you can normal summon a Chocolate, discard a Magician Girl, draw into another card, and it could be an Apprentice, discard a card, special summon your Apprentice, search your Dark Magician, and then you've got a Chocolate and a Dark Magician Girl in the grave. Then you've got Chocolate and Apprentice on the field. Your opponent swings into your Chocolate Magician Girl unknowing to her effect. You special summon back your Magician Girl, and they've lost half their attack. And then the Magician Girl kills it, and next turn you can go into like Narado, the Moral Leader, or something like that. So she's a really pivotal point of this deck. Then I play 1 copy of Apple Magician, just to kind of have another name. And the same thing kind of goes with Lemon Magician Girl. I play them for the name for Kiwi. Plus, they're decent effects. They're not quite as good as Chocolate and Berry and Kiwi, but they're kind of there, and I kind of wanted to play all the Magician Girls, so I'm playing those two. If you guys want to drop them out of the deck, that's okay, but I wanted to play all the Magician Girls in this deck, so I play both of them. Then I play 3 copies of Berry Magician Girl, and she is cute as hell, just saying. If this card is normal summon, you can add a Magician Girl monster from your deck to your hand. She's pretty much a Stratos, and then once per turn during either player's turn, when your opponent activates a card effect that targets this card or targets this card for an attack, you can change this card's battle position. So you always want to keep it in attack position so it can switch to defense position like Maiden with Eyes of Blue. And if you do, special summon 1 Magician Girl monster from your deck. So it special summons any Magician Girl from your deck, which is really, really good, except for another copy of itself. So usually you're going to special summon out either a Dark Magician Girl or a Chocolate Magician Girl. That's what I usually do. So I really, really love Berry Magician Girl. She's cute as hell, and she's a great card. Then for the final 3 cards, I play 3 copies of Magician's Rod. This lets you add any card that specifically, or adds a spell or trap card from your deck to your hand that specifically lists Dark Magician. So it's kind of like the searcher for all your spells and traps. So it really, really helps out. And that's it for the monsters, guys. Let's get into the spells. Now, we don't play as many spells as you'd think in a spellcaster-based deck. Like, you would imagine that we would play quite a few, but we really don't. We play more traps than we do spells, I think. So, for the spells, we play 1 copy of Dark Magic Attack. So if you control a Dark Magician, you can activate this card, destroy all spells and traps your opponent controls. 1 Dark Magic Inheritance. You just got to play this with Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl on the same deck. It's just too good. You can banish 2 spells from your graveyard to add a spell or trap from your deck that to your hand that specifically lists Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl in the text, which is really, really good. Then we play this card. This card is nuts, and you would be amazed at how often it actually gets resolved in this deck. Like, I playtest this, and I resolve this just about every game, because you can draw into it so easy in this deck. Dark Burning Magic is by far the best card in the deck, besides Apprentice and Chocolate Magician Girl. If you control a monster whose original names are Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl, destroy all cards your opponent controls. So it's like a combo attack. So you're already going to have 4,500 damage on board to swing at them directly. You're going to bombard their board, kill all. It's like Harpy's Feather Duster and Raigeki both hit them. Like, it just kills everything. It destroys spells, traps, pendulum scales, extra deck monsters, everything. Unless they can stop this, you're going to win. Like, I did not realize how good this card was until I started playing around this deck. And we actually got Apprentice to search the Dark Magician to get this off. This card is crazy good. Like, I'm serious. I almost thought about bumping this up to 3, but since I'm playing the Inheritance, it's kind of like playing 2 field spells and a Terraforming. So I'm only playing 2. So then, because it's a Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl deck, you need 3 Timaeus. Eye of Timaeus really helps out in this deck quite a lot, because you can fusion into Dark Magician Girl the Dragon Knight, Dark Paladin, Dark Magician the Dragon Knight, or Amulet Dragon. So you have 4 different targets in your extra deck, and you have 6 different targets in your deck to go off with Eye of Timaeus. So that's why I'm playing 3 copies. Then for the final spell, I'm playing 3 copies of Dark Magic Circle. Again, it kind of goes with the theme. Also, when this card is activated, you can look at the top 3 cards of the deck, so it's kind of like Pot of Duality, but better. And you can reveal one of them that's either a Dark Magician or a spell or trap that specifically lists him, and you can add it to your hand. Also place the remaining cards in any order that you want. The really, really neat thing is this, is if you special summon out a Dark Magician from your hand, from anywhere, you can banish a card from the field, from your opponent's side of the field, which is crazy, crazy good. So it's a spot removal, Pot of Duality. But I will note really quick, you cannot search Eye of Timaeus because it does not specifically list Dark Magician. It says Dark Magician, either Legendary Knight Timaeus, target 1 Dark Magician monster. See, it says Dark Magician monster. If it said just Dark Magician, it'd be okay. But it says Dark Magician, so, which that's a problem. So it kind of sucks. So you can't search it. So that's it for the spells, guys. Let's get into the traps. Now, we don't play very many. We play a couple of traps, but not very many. one Dark Renewal, just because if your opponent summons something that your Magician Girls can't handle, you can activate the one copy of Dark Renewal and get rid of it. I thought about dropping Dark Renewal for like a strike, maybe, but I'm playing it for right now. Two Magician Circles. This card is really, really good because it can get you the Magician that you need. When a Spellcaster type monster declares an attack, each player can special summon one Spellcaster type monster with 2,000 or less attack from your deck in attack position. So usually you're going to summon Apprentice. Then if Apprentice is summoned by any way, you get to add the Dark Magician to your hand, which is really, really good. Then I'm only playing 2 Eternal Souls because it's more of a... It really doesn't... I mean, it plays Dark Magician pretty well, but you don't really need it. I thought about dropping Renewal for the 3rd Eternal Soul, but for the moment, 2 and 1 is okay. The card that I really summon Dark Magician off with is Magician's Navigation. If you can get a Dark Magician in hand and get a Magician's Navigation, if you can just get this in hand, you can win, okay? If you can get a Dark Magician in hand, okay, and a Dark Burning Magic, you can activate this on your opponent's turn, like at their end phase. Then activate special summon out Dark Magician from your hand, special summon out Dark Magician Girl from your deck, and then activate Magician's Burning or Dark Burning Magic, and it completely like breaks their board. Like this combo right here is the victory. Like that's it right there. So that's it for the main deck. Let's get into the extra deck. Let me put this on top really quick, and we will get into the extra deck. So first off, we're playing one copy. It wouldn't be a Dark Magician Girl deck without Dark Magician Girl the Dragon Knight. This card is awesome. You have to use Eye of Timaeus to summon it, and it cannot be special summoned by other ways. And then once per turn, during either player's turn, you can send one card from your hand to the graveyard, target a card on the field, and destroy it. So she's spot removal. She's really helpful in the deck. And if you have just a Dark Magician Girl on the field and you want to make it a little bit bigger with spot removal, go ahead and do Timaeus. One Dark Paladin, because you can summon it off of a Dark Magician and a Eye of Timaeus. Amulet Dragon, he's the one that I find myself going into the least. Like if I'm playing against a Dragon deck, I'm going to go into Dark Paladin. If I'm not, this is the guy that I'm going to go into, and that's Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight. This protects all of your back row. The only thing that kind of sucks is all of these 3 count as dark or as spellcasters, so you can't apprentice them, which sucks, but they're still really, really good. Then I play 2 copies of Noriado. Noriado, the Moral Leader. His effect is that once per turn during either player's turn, when your opponent activates a spell card or a trap card, you can detach a card from him if you do negate and destroy it, which is really, really good, and it's really easy just to get special summon out, like an Apprentice and then a Dark Magician Girl, and go into him, which again is super easy. Photon Strike Bouncer, he blocks monster effects. I don't find myself going into Ebon High Magician very much, but I do find myself going into Ebon Illusion a lot more, because he lets me special summon a Dark Magician from deck, and if I have Circle plus him, it equals the spot removal, and then he lets me banish 2, which is crazy. Then Big Eye, because I need steal stuff sometimes. Draco Sack, because it's protection. Let me scoot these up really quick. Draco Sack, because it's protection. Flare Metal, in case my opponent gets really low, and I need Joey in my heart. One Castel, because you can do 2 Chocolate Magician Girls into it, and then a Decode and a Proxy Dragon, just so I'm saying I'm playing Links. You really don't need the Link monsters so much. I just kind of threw them in there. Most of the time, you're just going to go into these fusions and maybe a Noriado in the duel. You don't even really have to touch the extra deck all that much. Like, if you draw Timaeus, you're going to use it, but if you don't, it's okay. You're still going to win with this deck. It's very, very good. I've even thought about taking it to locals and competing with it, just to see how far I could get against, like, meta stuff, because it's actually pretty consistent. But, anyways, guys, this is Dark Armed Duelist, and I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out the Patreon down in the description below, and check out Katie's cosplay page. I really appreciate it, guys, and I hope you guys are having a good new year, and stay tuned for the next video. See you around, guys.